Okay, and welcome, my friends, to the next episode here of the Red Delta Project, episode number 16 of True Confessions of a Reformed Cardio Junkie. I'm Matt Schifferly. Today's lesson is all about why, back in the day, I used to always be anxious about losing my progress in fitness. I was worried about losing strength and losing muscle, losing cardio and endurance and other things that I had worked so hard for. And now, honestly, I just don't care. I can certainly lose plenty of progress and stuff. Doesn't faze me in the slightest. And here's how I did it to avoid all that anxiousness and regain that sense of peace with the inevitable ebbs and flows that come with life. See, yesterday, I finally got out on my mountain bike for the first ride of the season. And no matter how much training I've done during the off season and the winter and stuff, that first ride always kicks my butt. And even today, I'm kind of a little worse for wear. My legs are sore and tired. I'm kind of a little low on the energy level and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, I haven't touched that mountain bike in nearly 5 months. To the point where I even went out on the ride and I was like, oh, that's right. I've got all this new gear that I've been buying up over the past few months that I haven't even used yet. And yes, like I said, that first ride really kicked my tail. In the first 30 minutes, I felt like I was dying. And back in the day when I was racing for UVM, that idea of losing that much progress or that much edge was absolutely horrific in my mind. Like, it would cause me so much stress that I would just hammer myself with endless bouts of cardio in the off season. Treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, stair machines, hours upon hours. Spent more time doing cardio in the UVM gym than I did in class. And it didn't matter if I was burned out. It didn't matter if I was tired. It doesn't matter if I was even sick or even injured. I had to stay on point during the off season. But nonetheless, inevitably, and when we started racing again, it would still kick my butt either way. But now I barely did any cardio for the past 5 months. I just didn't care. It's like, yeah, my legs are going to be weaker. Yeah, I'm going to lose a ton of endurance. And I really didn't bother me. And the reason is because I know, for me, I've got such a foundation of years of riding and racing built up that when I get back into it, sure, I'm going to have several rough rides and it's going to be a little worse for wear, but I also know I'm going to bounce back like that. After a couple of hard rides, I'm going to be right back to form. And that's true for everything when it comes to fitness, whether it's strength, building muscle, even just health and wellness on a particular diet. When we are so anxious that we've got to be on point with our habits 24/7, 365, we're usually spending far more attention and effort maintaining those habits than is necessary because we're so worried about falling back a little bit. But if you've got a bit of a foundation, you've been practicing something for, let's say, 3 to 5 years, then falling back is not only potentially inevitable because life happens, but also it can be very good because knowing what I know now about fitness, I wish I could go back in time, tell my younger self, dude, forget about the cardio for a few months. Get in the gym, lift some weights, get your legs to be stronger because you know you've got spring training down in Georgia anyway. And sure, the first few rides are going to be kind of hard and rough, but you're going to spring back like that and you can avoid all of this tedious, boring, even exhausting stuff that's going to burn you out in the off season. So don't worry too much about falling back a little bit. For one, it's inevitably going to happen no matter how hard you work. Two, you probably are putting forth a lot more effort than you need to when life is kind of encouraging you to scale back a little bit, take a little bit of a rest. You're not going to really lose that much, and you're going to bounce back a heck of a lot faster and easier than you may think. It's not going to take nearly as long or as much effort to get back to form. So relax during those periods when you're kind of cutting back a little bit. Explore other avenues, do different things to give your mind and body a bit of a rest. And you're going to be better off in the long run for mind, body, and lifestyle than if you just tried to stay 100% on point the entire time. Food for thought. Be fit and live free.